Okay, gonna get the Sunday night stream started. I will try not to cough too much. I have had pneumonia, it turns out. Walking pneumonia, as they call it. First time I've ever had that, so it was getting over it still. I have not really done my homework yet. Need to at least we'll just pull up TradingView for that. Figure we might open a little bit inside here. Um, the U.S. got their credit rating downgraded at or like shortly, almost after the market closed on Friday. I was able to catch it, but just with one micro in my 25K. And it was like $80 or something. I had profit there, so um nothing major, but yeah, so just gonna be patient here, let them open, see if they do try to come back and fill this gap, or what's gonna occur here. But just gonna try to be patient here and let this play out a little bit. So I got ES up here at the top and NQ down here at the bottom. But I am just trading M&Q there on the DOM. I can obviously place orders here on ES as well. But like I said, I want to just let them open here, try to be patient. I want to really try not to talk a whole lot. Just like I said, I'm trying to get over this pneumonia, so I don't really want to talk a ton, but we'll just see what the night brings us here. Um, I will go through a little bit of analysis here. Um, so inside week to start the week off here on ES and NQ. NQ over here, ES over here. Um, look at gold real quick. Inside week on gold so far. Crude. Inside week there as well. And let's see, I think that's corn. Um, platinum, I imagine will be inside. Yep. So, I mean, kind of a boring open. Not really much to do right now. We could come up here and touch these highs again. If they want to continue to sell it off, then maybe 58.39 area, 58.68 would be an area I'd be looking at interest there on ES. On NQ, I'd be looking for 59.01, maybe down to 58.60s. But they are buying this here at open slightly. But yeah, we did open down just because of that downgrade on the credit rating there on Friday. Like I said, I was able to catch some of it, but I was only in one micro, so kind of tempted to take a micro here long, just based on price action here, but um, here on the 5 minute on ES, we could get a retest of this 59.30. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's just not. Uh, I mean, inside is just sometimes best to wait. I have learned to trade inside days, and that is I just play the ranges. Um, but with the gap, it'd be interesting to see if they come back and fill that gap here tonight, or if they continue the sell off. I mean, right now they are buying, but I just don't know that I want to be involved in this right now. I am really trying to be way more patient with my trading than in the past. Um, so yeah. Oh, one of my friends made me a T-shirt. So it's got my logo on it, and it says "Blues trades one trade at a time," which is the slogan I came up with. So I appreciate her. She made me a T-shirt. It looks great. She did a fantastic job on it, and I'm very appreciative to her for making that T-shirt for me. Hate to be such a boring stream. I think a lot of times, sometimes I feel like I have to take a trade just because I'm on stream, but that's not always the case. So I heard something kind of out of that book, Best Loser Wins, which I haven't read yet, but it said, "Do you want to be right or do you want to make money?" Well, actually, it said, "Do you want to be rich?" But um, riches to me is more than just money. It's peace of mind, um, friends, family, that sort of thing. So it's not just monetary. All right, looks like we might try to go for this gap fill here. I'm just gonna do one micro. just kind of test the waters here, see if we might get out of this range a little bit. Um, and if it goes against me more than 20 points, I'll get out. But I don't want to place it. I don't have the chart up for M and Q. I just have one for NQ, so I don't want to place a stop there on the chart. So just kind of watch it on my own and make sure it doesn't go too far against me here. Oh, let's talk about how big of a goof I am for misunderstanding the 30% rule at Apex. Well, there's two of them actually. So let's just take example my 25K account here. I have got 25,320 in it right now. We'll just call it that. So here's how you figure the 30% rule as far as not letting a trade go against you. So what you do is basically you take your drawdown, which right here I've got 323 plus 1500. Okay, so that's 1823. Okay, then you would times that by 0.30. I cannot let a single trade go against me more than $546. Okay, well, I mean, trading a micro, that's not going to happen. But anyway, um, then, okay, now my best day last week was $159. I told you guys I'm trading super small. So I would take that times 0.30. Okay, oh, I'm sorry. 159 divided by 0.30 is 530, which means I would need $530 basically in order to get a payout. But that's if I'm over the buffer, which I'm not. But basically, there's two ways. So you've got the negative 30%, which you can't let a trade go against you more than 30%. Hence why I'm trading micros, because that's not going to happen with a micro. Um, and then, but I always thought it was your best day couldn't be more than 30% of your other days. No, it's your best day can't be more than 30% of your entire account. I have no idea how in the world I misinterpreted that, but I did. So there's that. I just, anyway, again, I don't know how I misinterpreted. I did. It is what it is. So, I've got it straight now, and that's all that matters. But I can't believe that I sat there and thought that like this entire time. I don't like that we didn't get out of that, break out of that little range right there. But we didn't. And I probably should have seen that because here's why. On the 5 minute on ES, this created a mini TTO. So triangle they out, back down through the range. It didn't quite make one on the 2 minute there on NQ. But it did on ES on the 5 minute. Okay, they're either coming back into this to dip by it and take us back higher, or they're just going to continue this sell off. And let me look here on Trade View. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that inside so much better. So we got a 2 down there on the hour here. Did they come up and fill it? No, not quite. So we're below the 200 and the 20 on the 2 minute on ES. I'd imagine we are in NQ as well. Bound to be. So since we opened somewhere around down 200, the problem with NQ is it could easily go down 400. Um, so I'm I'm gonna try to let this little range play out here on the 2 minute, but I'm probably gonna bail on this trade. In fact, I think I am. I'm just gonna bail on that. I'm glad I wasn't in a mini. That'd have been a disastrous, especially for a 25K. And this is a PA account, by the way, as well. So it's not just an eval that I really um sometimes don't care about. It's a PA account. I do care about it. But I'd rather mitigate the loss now than try to have to scrounge all that back. Especially on a mini. Okay, guys, I don't know that I'm gonna stay on stream. We're just kind of watching paint dry. I hate doing that on stream. Um, but until we get out of this little range here, I can't obviously can't say what's gonna happen. But till we get out of this range, I don't see this as tradable here. Um, and I wait for a little bit better setup. We could totally stay inside. Um, it's pointing in that direction at the moment. Uh, Especially if you take a look at the daily. Well, we're two down on the day on NQ, yes, as well. So yeah, so unless they just expand this further, we're just probably gonna stay in this range between 59.44 down to 59.09 here on ES. Maybe down 59.03 to 59.02, all the way down to 58.93. If we get down to 58.93, I would really like to be a buyer in that area. But for the most part right here, this is just chop. And I'm not gonna waste my time with this. Tonight I will just I'll just go watch some baseball or something, and call it a night. So, all right. Hope you guys have a fantastic week. I am gonna try to do some streams here, sometime this week, at night, maybe in the morning, depending on how I feel. But anyway, I appreciate you guys if you would use my code Blues Trades, and that'll get you 80% off right now at Apex. And but yeah, it's the best way to support my channel, and I truly appreciate it. So all right, hope you guys take care, trade safely, and we'll see you sometime